Hey everyone, how's it going? Azrin here, owner of the Calgary Language Nerds, and welcome to today's Learn Gujarati with Me podcast episode and, of course, YouTube video. Now, today we're going to talk about something that I've been meaning to make a video about for quite some time, but I haven't found the right way to make a video about it until pretty much this week, honestly. And that's something I call compound verbs. I don't know if this is like the technical term for it. It's just what I personally call them. And so compound verbs are where you have two verbs that go together, right? And you combine two verbs to like mean something completely different. Now, when I teach Gujarati learners, usually what they'll tell me or they'll ask me rather is, Azran, is there like a list of all the compound verbs, or is there like a trick to remembering them? Is it like, and I was really thinking about it, and I was like, man, there are so many. I feel like there's like I've tried to sit down and figure out like what's the list, like how many are there, but there's so many. And also it just didn't seem like a practical exercise. It just didn't seem like a practical exercise. I don't think it would be. First of all, there's too many. If there are only like 10, it's like okay, fine, go memorize the 10, fair enough. But there are like so many of these compound verbs. And I was like, man, how do you like make this easy for someone? Because it is a tricky thing, especially once you're, I mean, maybe roughly the level you have now. If you've really gone through these videos diligently and practiced with your family and friends and really been diligent, like, at this point, this might be a good point to introduce this, where you're feeling like maybe that, man, these compound verbs are like, they're tricky. Like, I can't quite wrap my head around them. It's a common thing that people ask me. And so I want to try and make it as easy as possible. So let me share my screen. And we're just gonna use Chat GPT initially here. I'm gonna show you here. Share screen. Okay, here we go. Perfect. So here we have Chat GPT. I'll read this to you. In Gujarati, a very common structure is a compound verb, where the main verb appears in a participial form, often ending in e, followed by a helper verb such as javu or levu or devu or nakvu. Besvu not as common. Baravu is quite common. Avu is, I guess, I'll have to think about that one. I'm not sure if that's very common. The point is just to understand the concept, right? You have a main verb in a form ending in e. I don't even really care if you remember participial form. I actually don't really know what that word means. I don't know what participial form means. All that you need to know is that it ends in an E. That's what's most important. It almost always ends in E. And then you're going to have a helper verb, quote unquote, just a helper verb following after. And there's lots of different choices for helper verbs. Like there's quite a few. And yeah, so the basic, like the basic pattern, if we zoom in here, is a verb stem that ends in E plus a helper verb. Okay, so let me stop my screen share here. So I'll just kind of give you like an easy example to start, right? If you watch the previous lesson, we had at the very end of the story, we had like the two characters that fled the scene. They fled from the lion, right? They ran away. And I said that I said bhagi gaya. That's what I said. Bhagi gaya. Okay, so bhagi, let me type it on the screen here. Share my screen again. Okay, here we go. Share screen. All right. So what I said was yesterday, and I'll type this in. Here we go. Bhagi gaya. So if we look at this, right, bhagi, right, that first one comes from the verb bhagvu, right, bhagvu, bhagvu. Bhagvu means something like, it's like to run really fast, something like that. It's like bhagvu is like sprint, dash, like go really fast, like bhagete, bhago, like go like fast, really fast, right? Bhagvu. It's like to go really fast, like anything where you're going very fast, very very fast. That's bhagvu. Okay. Now bhagi gaya means it's a past tense, right? It's a past tense. So gaya, as a reminder, is a past tense plural. So like more than one person. Let's just make a simple sentence. Let's make like e loco. There we go. E loco bhagi gaya. They ran away. Okay. E loco bhagi gaya. Um, like gaya is the past tense of the verb javu. Oops. Here we go. Javu. Javu or Javu means to go. So kind of like when you put these together, it's like saying, oh, they ran really fast, goed. They ran really fast, went. So what the heck does that mean? If you combine running really fast and going and you stick them together, what does that mean, right? So if you take, let's just kind of write this differently. If we take the verb, if we take bhagvu and we add it to javu, right? What does that equal? Like, what's the meaning of bhagvu and javu? Like, run really fast and go. Well, in Gujarati, the logic they use, it means to flee, right? Or to run away. Which kind of makes sense. You run really fast and you go, right? You run really fast and you go away. Like it kind of makes sense in a way, right? Now, and there's a whole bunch of these. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Unfortunately, these compound verbs, when we combine them, stick with me. I know this may sound discouraging, but I promise you it's not that bad. I promise you it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Sometimes when you combine these compound verbs, they actually don't. The meaning of it doesn't make sense. So I'll give you an example. If I share my screen one more time, if we take the verb avu, avu plus javu, right? So avu is to come, right? Come. Javu is to go, right? So if we say come go, like come go, we stick them together. What does that equal? What does come plus go put us like? What does that mean? Well, I'll tell you what it means. It means to arrive. It's like what? What? So it doesn't really make sense. Like, how does that make any sense? I don't know. It's a great question. I don't know. It's a wonderful question. It is a wonderful, wonderful question. I don't know. So how do you learn? How do you make these easy? I told you that people often ask me, they ask me, is there a list? Can I drill them? Can I memorize them? Well, here's what I found is the so far, and kind of when I work with different people, but I found the easiest way to learn them because there are so many. There's maybe 500. I don't know. There's lots. I don't know how many, but the easiest way is not to treat them as compound verbs. Pretend they're not. In fact, literally just tell yourself they're not compound verbs. That's not what you're looking at. Treat it as a different verb. So I'll give you some examples here. Okay, like let's take avi. Like pretend that avi javu means to arrive. Pretend that bhagi javu means to run away. Pretend they're one word. It's not a compound verb. Just pretend it's one. Like avi javu, bhagi javu. I'll give you another one. Like kai javu. You'll notice lots with javu. There's a whole bunch with javu. It's not the only one, but kai javu, to eat something really fast. To eat something up. Right? Or I'll give you another. Let's give you another one with not with javu. Let's give you let's do this. Kai levu. Kai levu. Kai levu means to finish eating. Right? So in theory, the way that these verbs actually work, if you were to open up a Gujarati textbook, which does not exist because they don't really exist, not really, but if they did exist, the way they would explain it to you is that it's going to be avi and javu. There's two separate verbs and they're compound, but it's too complicated. It's too complicated. Just pretend they're one verb. And then to work with this verb, like I arrived. How would I say I arrived? Or let's keep it in the present tense to make it easy. I arrived. How do I do that? Well, first we say I, wait, and then we just conjugate javu. So javu is to go. How do we do javu in the present? Jao, right? But jao or jao, right? Both are fine. Avi jao, chu, right? That's the present tense. That's like jao chu is the present tense of to go, right? Jao chu, humara, I don't know, friend na ghare jao chu. I'm going to my friend's house, right? That's how we do, right? So avi jao means I arrive. Avi jao chu, I'm arriving, right? Or what if I need it? Let's put it back. Avijavu. What if I wanted to say, I don't know. What if I wanted to say, you arrived, right? Tame. We conjugate javu with tame, the verb javu, right? So you arrive. Tame jao cho. Right? Tame abi jao cho. You are arriving. Right, let's do another one here. Let's do maybe another verb. Let's do they're running away. In the present tense, right? They're running away, right? Eloko. Bhagi, right? What is the conjugation for javu in the eloko form? Jai. Eloko bhagi jai che. Eloko bhagi jai che. They're running away, right? We can try one in the past tense, right? Bhagi javu. Okay. Let's try one in the past tense. Let's do this last one to finish eating. Now, careful, levu is an irregular verb. It doesn't follow the rules. It's one of the few Gujarati verbs that don't follow the rules. One thing that's nice about Gujarati is that generally all the grammar rules work really well. They do follow the rules most of the time. This is not the case in like English or Spanish or French or lots of languages. Many languages love to break their grammar rules. Gujarati is not one of them. But levu is irregular. It doesn't follow the rules. So if I finished eating in the past, right? Me khai lidhu. Me khai lidhu. Lidhu is the past tense of levu. So that's how to work with these, right? That's kind of how you work with these different compound verbs. And just the way to do it is realize they're not compound verbs. Like pretend they're not compound verbs. Just pretend that it's just a verb. Like, oh, kai levu is to finish eating. Okay, cool. You know, I don't know, like uh, uh, lucky nakvu. Lucky nakvu is to how do you say that in English? Lucky nakvu is like to write something out. Lucky nakvu, right? To write something out. Like just pretend they're not compound verbs. Just pretend they're like literally like they just go together as a separate verb. So you don't need to go memorize them the same way that you're not going to go memorize every single Gujarati verb that exists, like the non-compound verbs. You're not just going to go like memorize 1,000 verbs or something. That's ridiculous. So you don't need to go memorize your compound verbs either because they're just pretty much another set of verbs. So yeah, that's that. Just pay attention to them as you talk to your family, talk to your friends, or listen to Gujarati, read Gujarati. Just pay attention because you'll see them all the time. And just when you see it, when you see like, oh, that one ends in E and there's another helper verb after, just stick them together and pretend it's a regular verb. And that just makes it a lot easier to work with. Okay, that's that. Have a nice day. See you. Bye.